Abraxas Jiu-Jitsu is more than a gym. It's a gathering place built on respect, resilience, and inclusion. We combine Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training space with hostel-style accommodations at a venue fit to host visitors and martial artists from all over the world. Building on the community foundations we've created in Seattle, our school will be a sanctuary space for people who are often overlooked in combat sports, especially queer and transgender athletes. We've already proven the demand by hosting martial arts tournaments and training events that have brought hundreds of competitors and participants from across the globe. With Abraxas Jiu-Jitsu, we're expanding that energy into a permanent home, where the fight isn't just on the mat, it's for equity, resilience, and belonging. Hi, thank you for having me here. My name is Gwen. I'm a 28-year-old white woman with brown hair tied back. I've got a bunch of tattoos. I'm wearing a green knit sweater and black pants. And I'm excited to tell you about Abraxas Jiu-Jitsu, first of its kind Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Academy and hostel coming to Seattle next year. So let me tell you about some of the problems that I've noticed. Trans people are over 4 times as likely to experience violent victimization in our lifetimes. We desperately need spaces to learn to defend ourselves, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a great vehicle for that. Secondly, martial artists of all sorts rarely get time to step out of our busy lives and focus deeply on training our skills. And thirdly, Seattle has very limited options for low-cost lodging. There's only 3 hostels in the city. So Abraxas is going to solve all 3 of these together. We're going to offer affordable monthly gym memberships for our local community. We'll offer week and weekend-long training camps, complete with healthy food and world-class guest instructors. And we'll also offer clean, safe, and low-cost accommodations for travelers to the city. And we're not starting from scratch. Over the last 4 years, we've hosted over 50 training events, self-defense workshops, and martial arts tournaments that have drawn hundreds of participants from across the country. Also, between my co-founder and I, we have over 30 years of combined Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training experience, which has helped us develop close connections with instructors from all over the world. So our business is going to generate revenue in 3 ways. We'll offer our affordable monthly memberships to the local team. We'll host these multi-day all-inclusive camps, and then we'll open up the hostel on non-camp nights to folks visiting the city, offering online booking on platforms like Hostel World. So who are we competing with? Well, there are other jiu-jitsu gyms in Seattle, of which there are about 20, are often prohibitively expensive for folks in my community, and from personal experience are often not welcoming to women or queer people or other marginalized identities. Other camps are popping up around the world, but they're mostly in places like Europe or on tropical islands, so they require significant travel and thousands of dollars to participate. And like I said, there's only 3 hostels in Seattle, and they're all downtown, and they're quite large and impersonal. So Abraxas is going to offer an affordable, supportive, and immersive alternative to each of these. And we already know how to reach our audience. We've reached tens of thousands of people on social media already, and through the events that we've hosted so far, we've developed a loyal following, along with tabling at events like Pride. And we've also had our story featured in some more major publications, including The Stranger, Seattle Gay News, and Real Change, among others. So who's going to be running this thing? My co-founder, Molly, is a 3-stripe black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. She's been training a long time, and she's going to be responsible for teaching the local classes and helping coordinate guest instructors. I'll handle the operations side of things, responsible for the hotel, catering, and the guest experience. I'm a brown belt in Jiu-Jitsu, and I founded Queer Fight Night in 2021. So the numbers look good too. We're expecting to make around $37,000 in profit in year 1, and then that's going to jump up to $189,000 and $210,000 in years 2 and 3. About half of that is going to be coming from the camps, and then a quarter of it from the hostel on non-camp nights, and then the rest will come from memberships, private lessons, and merch sales. We have a budget of $35,000 to build out the space, and by the end of year 1, we're projecting $47,000 in revenue with $30,000 in costs, giving us a healthy 30% margin. So right now, we're currently touring buildings, ready to sign when we find the right home. We've raised $50,000 so far, and the $10,000 prize from winning this contest will keep us above water through the midpoint of year 1. Our launch is targeted for February of next year, and our first camp and our 5th tournament is planned for March. So like I said, Abraxas Jiu-Jitsu is more than a gym. It's a safe haven, a training ground, and a home for our community. Thanks, and Molly and I love to take your questions.
Thank you so much for the presentation. So your model combines martial arts, training, hospitality, and social impact. How will you balance affordability for marginalized communities with financial stability as you grow with the rising costs of operations?
Well, we're really excited that our revenue streams are going to be pretty diversified. So the memberships are going to be the most affordable in Seattle, thanks to the fact that we have the hostel and the camps to help support. So we're going to be able to reach people at a lot of different income levels and offer things to a wider number of people than a business that only has a focus on one of those things. And we're also going to be serving a really niche market, combining training and travel, which can't be found anywhere else in the United States so far, but is a pretty popular model in other parts of the world.
Thank you.
I'm just wondering, $50,000 and building out this property in Seattle, it seems quite like it's not enough. And that's obviously why you're here, right? But to build a hostel, we have beds, all the things. The camp, I can see being a little less cost effective because you build out your space and that sort of thing. Are you expanding, thinking you're going to do reservations, or how are we going to get customers to begin with? I know you said on social media, but for the first year, how are you going to make reservations? How are you going to set that up?
That's a great question. So we have a big social media following already, and then we're also going to have opportunities to reach wider audiences by hosting guest instructors. So that's going to help us, find people who are really established in the sport, bring people to us. As far as the budget for creating the space, $35,000 is about the bare bones that we have. This is going to cover things just like buying furniture, getting mats on the ground, and making sure that we have all the amenities that we need to take care of people. But if we were to be able to source more money than that, we could make an experience that was a lot more luxurious and comfortable. And it would also open up a lot of options for more buildings that might not have to be as precisely set out already for our purposes. So we would love to chat about that.
All right, thanks.
I have a bit of a two-parter. Can you talk about, or can you expand on the marriage between jiu-jitsu and housing? And then second part, can you also talk about how you plan to navigate our houseless community in partnership with the traveling community?
Hi, I'm super happy to answer that. Just for accessibility, I'm Molly Reese. I'm a 6'3" woman with red and black hair wearing a jiu-jitsu gi with a black belt. As far as the marriage between martial arts and housing, this is something that actually goes back really far. We see a lot of very older martial arts place. It's the kind of place you would travel to and then stay at for an extended period of time. Modern camps nowadays, you tend to go, you travel there, you get a hotel in the area, and so even though there's one price for camp, well, now you have to go find places to eat, you have to stay at a hotel, maybe you're not staying with the rest of the camp people. So combining these two things makes it more of an all-inclusive experience where it's not just you're going to train and you see these people when you're on the mats, you're also getting to stay with them and socialize with them afterwards, and it really builds that community a lot tighter. And I'm sorry, could you repeat the second part of the two-part question?
How do you plan to balance your traveling community with the houseless community that might be local to the area?
Oh, with a houseless community?
Yeah.
Do you want to take this one?
Yeah, we're going to be targeting young people who want to travel to Seattle for really low cost. So this is something that's a really popular model in places like Thailand and in Europe, where folks who are traveling just to visit a place, but are maybe in college or in their early careers, aren't able to afford spaces that are, Airbnbs go for like $150, $250 a night in Seattle. There's really very few options for low-cost accommodations. We've run into this trying to find accommodations for people who travel to our tournaments so far. We have a big network of people that we just try and set up at houses with friends, and so we're excited to be able to offer something that is accessible.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you all so much.
Thanks so much.